Hi, hello everybody. So if you're watching right now, you are watching. My name is Miss Tracy. You're on my page, Miss Tracy Creates, and so thank you for popping in to create with me this afternoon. I'm going to go ahead and add to my screen here so you can see what we're going to be doing. There we go. So this is the project. This beautiful napkin has caused quite the uproar. It really is a gorgeous napkin. It's so pretty. And so we're going to be creating on a 4x6 wood block today. And I had promised everyone, if we could make additional kits that we would, and we have. So if you're interested in the kit as we create today, if you're interested, there is a link up in the description on this post that you can go and place an order. So I'm going to go ahead and show you what's in the kit. Hello, everybody. Hi, Susan. Hey, Kelly. Hi, Cindy, Jackie. Hi, Denise. Good to see you watching. And Heather's watching. Sandy, Brandy. Lots of people watching today. So one of the things that I love to do when I do feature a new kit, okay, and you'll see, look how beautiful this napkin is. Oh my goodness, it's just absolutely gorgeous. Is I like to do a gift away. So anyone that sprinkles out this video, okay, everyone that sprinkles out this video, I'll put your name into a drawing, and then tomorrow I'm going to announce a winner of one of my, I'm calling it the Fern Jars block DIY decor kit. Okay, so if you'd like to win, I'd love for you to sprinkle this out. It's so pretty. So these are the two napkins that will be in your kit. You're going to have this one, which we're calling the fern jars. I'm going to turn it over so that you can kind of see both sides. Isn't it gorgeous? So, so pretty. You're going to have this black and white check because I feel like this kind of has a really natural, almost a farmhouse kind of feel to it. And so I think the black and white goes really nicely with it. It pairs really nicely. There's also going to be a little bit of twine in your kit. Okay. And then the surface we're using is this chunky 4x6 wood block. Okay. You can see just a chunky 4x6 wood block. And y'all, we are going to embrace the beauty of this wood. I love this wood. I think it's so pretty. So we're not going to paint it. We're not going to paint it today. We're going to leave it. We're going to embrace the beauty of this lovely, lovely wood grain. Okay. Does that sound like fun? Hi, Anita. I'm glad you caught my live. That's awesome. This was a very kind of quickly planned. I'm actually throwing it into my day in between some different Zoom calls and different things that I'm doing. So thank you for sprinkling this out. Yeah, they're such beautiful napkins, right? So let's go ahead and get started. Y'all, this is a very, very easy project to do. Very, very easy, very, very beautiful. I'm going to go ahead and cut this napkin. And I'm actually going to cut it just right in half because we're going to use 2 squares on it. And then you'll have a couple extra squares because that's the great thing about napkins. One napkin gives us 4 images. Whoops, upside down. Look how pretty it is all laid out like that. Oh, isn't that pretty, like all together like that? I think it's gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. So we're only going to be using 2 squares of this, and that way you have a little bit of extra that you can use maybe on another project. Or maybe you make another one of these. This would be a fun little gift to give someone. Really cute little shelf sitter. Could look cute on a tiered tray. All of those kinds of things. Thank you for sprinkling. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead now and we're going to get started. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to separate this napkin, okay? This napkin happens to have 3 plies. 3 plies. That means there's 1 ply is the actual artwork, and then there's 2 other plies of tissue. So this is how I do that, y'all. I call it the lick and stick method. I know there's some people out there that make fun of me for that, but it works. It works very well. So I'm going to take my finger and my thumb and just tap it on my tongue and then tap it together until it starts to feel just maybe just a little bit sticky. And watch what happens. Do you see what happens? Look at that. the napkin just comes apart. And look, I think I got lucky. In fact, I did get lucky because I got both plies off at the same time. I want you to see that there's one, right? Two, and then three plies. I happen to have got them off at the same time. That doesn't always happen. Lucky for me. This is the piece that I want. And I'm going to go ahead now and do the same thing to this piece. There we go. Same thing. Look at that. 1, 2, and then 3. Love it when that happens. And we're going to apply this directly to this wood block. It's going to be gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Okay. Hi, everybody. Thank you again for sprinkling. I appreciate that so much. One of you lucky sprinklers, I'm going to announce as a winner tomorrow for a free Fern Jars DIY decor kit. This kit is $9. We wanted to make it really nice and affordable for you because it's giving you, hopefully, well, for some of you are already following me and you're already in my napkin club and you're in all of the things. And so you already have that taste. You're already hooked on napkins, but some of you are not. And so by having a little kit like this, it's a great way for you to experience a little taste of what we do, right? A little taste. This is just barely scratching the surface because there's so many things that we can do with napkins and so many different surfaces we can put them on. So this will be a good little taste for some of you if you've not done any kind of napkin art. Yeah, if that lick and stick method doesn't work for you, you can always use like a little bit of washi tape, maybe painter's tape, but I promise it works really well. Okay, so try that out. The medium I'm going to be using today is just Mod Podge matte. Mod Podge matte in the yellow label. It is my favorite for napkinizing on wood. Okay. Now there are other surfaces that we can put napkins on, and you know there's what I call best tips, like best tips, best practices, best mediums for different types of surfaces. It's not, a one's, Mod Podge isn't like the best for all kinds of surfaces. It's good for a lot of surfaces, but not for all surfaces when it comes to napkinizing. But for today, it's going to be perfect for our wood. So I'm putting on what I call a healthy coat. I'm going to try to show you in the light here. Do you see how that looks nice and wet? You want it to be a nice, even, wet coat, not real gloppy, and you definitely don't want to miss any spots. So just a nice, even, wet coat. And then I'm going to decide kind of where I want this napkin to fall. I think I want it to fall about like this. Oh, that looks good. So did you notice that I kind of start from the top and I kind of drag it down a little bit without it touching all the way? I'm just going to pat, just barely kind of pat in place. Be careful not to try to smooth it with your hand at this point because the napkin is very fragile when it's wet and it could tear. So I'm going to show you today a smoothing method. I did this on our little bee block. If you saw the Be Happy block, I did the same thing. I'm taking a piece of plastic, y'all. Now, this could be plastic wrap. This could be like saran wrap, something like that. I'm going to put the plastic wrap right down on top. And I'm going to start kind of in a circular motion right here on the block and then start smoothing out. So what's going to happen is we're smoothing this napkin down and we're really pressing it into the wood grain. And the white part of the tissue, because that top tissue where the art is, where the artwork is, it's extremely transparent. So what's going to happen is it's going to look like this was imprinted onto the wood. We're going to see the wood grain coming through it. And I love it because I love the beauty of wood grain. I think it's so pretty. And so I'm just smoothing, y'all, and just smooth and smooth. And then you'll see that when we take this off, you're going to see that some of the Mod Podge is kind of surfaced. It's kind of oozed up onto the top. And that's actually a good thing because that just helps us know we've really, really pushed it into that wood grain. And so notice I'm peeling it back, not yanking it off, peeling it back. And I don't know if you can see, but there is some Mod Podge on the top of this. Maybe hard to see in on the camera. And then looky here. Can you see that? Look at the wood grain. Isn't that amazing? You can see that wood grain coming through. So beautiful. So beautiful. Let's look kind of at the difference. Now it's going to get even more transparent. Do you see the difference? Right? From the napkin to the wood. Ah, I love it. So I'm going to go ahead and dry this real quick. And then we're going to sand off the excess. I like to dry it first before I sand it because I don't want anything to cause the napkin to kind of pull or tear. And you don't have to use a heat tool. I'm just doing that to speed things along. You could just let it dry on its own. And now I'm going to sand off. I'm just using a foam sanding block, but you could use sandpaper or, you know, a little sanding file. It's gonna, because it's that lightweight tissue, it's gonna sand off real easily. Yes, if you're already in the napkin club, this was in your July bundle. This is one of the napkins that was in your July bundle. And I just think it's gorgeous. So pretty. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous, y'all? So now we're just going to turn it over and we're going to do the same thing on the back side. Same exact thing using my Mod Podge mat on the back. This is a really simple, fun craft. I think it's important to have some things, you know, to do that don't take all day. And because sometimes you get burned out on projects like that. And napkin art, napkin crafting in certain ways on certain surfaces is so satisfying because you can finish a piece very quickly. And I love that. So let's do this again. I'm going to, and again, you can kind of rearrange these however you want. I think I'm going to pull this one more over this way a little bit. So you have control of this. You can kind of put it on however you want. Again, just a simple tap. Okay, don't use any pressure. We're going to go back to our plastic wrap. If your Mod Podge is still wet on your plastic, mine is not. It's already dried. It dries really fast. But if it is wet, just turn it over and use the other side of your plastic. And then again, I'm going to start in the middle, kind of in a circular motion in the middle, and then just start pushing out. And we're going to really press this beautiful napkin art down into this wood grain. And we're going to see that beautiful wood grain come through. So that's the cool thing is the white, anything with, you know, kind of a white based background, that white just disappears. It's so awesome. Isn't it fun? So fun. And it's easy art. It really is easy art. That's what I call a lot of the napkin crafts that I do are very easy art. Now, sometimes I do more with napkins. I'll collage them and I'll do other things to them. There's so much that you can do. And those are all different types of techniques and things that I teach in my napkin club. So you can see, I don't know, can you see? There you go. You can kind of see that Mod Podge coming through there. And let's dry this again. So my napkin club is currently operating on a wait list. However, we have secured more napkins with our distributors, and we're going to be opening our doors to many, many more members on August 22nd. So on August 22nd, and if you would like to get on the wait list, for that opening, when we open those doors, we're going to contact our wait list first. So I'm going to put a quote. I'm sorry, not a quote. I'm going to put a link into the comments here for you in case any of you are interested in getting on that wait list. I'm going to pop it right in here for the Napkin Club. Well, I thought I was. Hang on. Okay, Facebook. There we go. Okay, there we go. All right, I just put it in here and I think it actually is going in twice. So you can click on that link. It'll take you over to my website, and there's a place where you can put in your email address so that you can get on the wait list. And those are the people we'll contact first. And I'm really excited to tell you that our September bundle that's going out, it's a unique bundle of napkins that I hand select and curate for my Napkin Club members. It's all fall. And they are beautiful, beautiful, beautiful napkins. So we're going to do some really fun fall projects, fall decorating, home decor, all kinds of fun things. And I would love for you to come and join us. I'd love for you to come and take part with us. When you join, we put you in a private Facebook group. That's our personal little hangout. And I go live in the group every week, and then I create things. I teach you different techniques and projects done with the napkins that I send you each month. So fun. All right, let me get this off. And then we're going to put our check around the outside edge. Can you see that wood grain there? Sorry, the light gets kind of funky. Harder to see. So we're just going to take that. There we go. Sand that excess napkin off. Now, as I mentioned, look how pretty. Isn't that gorgeous? Again, let's look at it kind of next to, you see the difference? I just love how it looks on the blonde wood. It's so beautiful. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to work on the sides. Yeah, what I'm using, the plastic wrap I'm using, I love it because it comes in a box, so they pull out like a Kleenex box, right? And they're deli bakery sheets. So they're just little plastic sheets. And it's nice because unlike saran wrap, like saran wrap would stick to itself, and this does not. So I love using these. But if you have saran wrap or some other plastic wrap in your kitchen, that will work fine too. Okay, that will work fine, just fine. All right, we're going to take this napkin. Now, this napkin, you're going to have a half of a napkin in here because you really just don't need that much for this one. And I'm going to cut basically 7 rows. Okay, I'm going to cut it 7 rows. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is going to give me the perfect width. That's why I love this check napkins for this reason. It's going to give me the perfect width of the block where this is going to look really good on the sides. And you're going to need 2 strips. So let's see. And I want them both to start and end with white. So I'm going to take off this little row of black here. And you'll have a little bit of that. You'll have some of this napkin left over too. No scrap left behind. I use every scrap of my napkins. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 is the magic number, 7. And then I'm going to separate it. I like to cut the napkins before I separate them. All right, let's separate this. Now, what do you think is going to happen with this check napkin, right? Those of you, if you did the Be Happy block, you already know the answer to this question. But what's going to happen? What is the white going to look like? Is it going to stay white? There's one layer. This one also is a 3-ply, so you're going to get 2 layers off. What's going to happen to the white check? Anybody? Be like a pop quiz here. I love the wood look too, Tammy. I just think it's so pretty. It's just got such a pretty natural look to it. Come on, little. Oh, did that one come off at the same time? Oh yeah, it sure did. 2 plies came off. Okay. Yeah, it's going to look like the wood. Exactly. Sandy got it. Stephanie got it. Let's see. Yes, it's going to look like the wood. So this white is going to kind of take on this wood appearance. And I think you're really going to like it. So again, I'm going to come back. I'm going to start here on this side, put it on its side. I'm not going to do the top coat on it until we get everything on here. It's just easier that way. And then we're going to lay this down. So it just kind of, think of it like a roadway. It's just going to fit right down the center there. Going to take my plastic wrap and just smooth that down. And that white is going to start to transform, and it's going to look like these black lines are imprinted onto the wood block. And it's going to do that even more so after we put the top coat on. The napkin becomes even more transparent with the top coat. If you came on late, I'm using Mod Podge matte and these beautiful napkins to transform this chunky 4x6 wood block. So pretty. And we do have a kits available. Several of you have already ordered this kit, but we've made more. It's been so popular. We have several more available now for anyone that wants it. Oh, it's going to be so pretty. Now, I'm going to go ahead and dry this a little bit because I want to make sure it's dry before I turn it over. And I think you can see, again, look at the black and white, and now look at the wood. Isn't that cool? Like, y'all, I have done so much napkin art, but I get so excited by it like every single time. I just can't get enough. It's so fun. Okay, that should be plenty dry enough to turn. So we're going to turn it. And now we're going to do the same thing. You're going to see how fast this comes about. These little blocks look really cute. Do any of y'all do tiered trays or little shelf sitters? Hi, Janice. Hi, Joanne. Yes, I can actually post I just got these plastic sheets on Amazon, and they're just deli bakery plastic sheets. That's all they are. I just want to make sure I had the plies off this one. I do. So again, just kind of bring it right down the center. If you do 7 rows, you won't have to sand off a thing. Got a little bit off center, but that's okay. I'll grab my plastic wrap, and again, saran wrap will work. Any kind of plastic wrap will work, but it sure is nice. These are a nice size, and they just pull out of the box like a Kleenex. And let's do the top. And we're almost done. Look how fast and easy that was. Now I am going to put a top coat on, as I mentioned, and there's 2 reasons I'm doing that. One reason is because I need to protect it. This is just a napkin. It's hard to believe sometimes after you work with them, but it is just a napkin. So it's going to be important that I seal it to protect it. Okay, so that top coat is going to work to protect my napkins. Oops, I picked up a little tiny bit right there. Let me fix that real fast here. Okay, and let's dry this again. And then we're going to put the top coat on. So obviously, the one thing about the top coat, let's go ahead and do it right here. The top coat is just going to be a light coat with the Mod Podge. If you were napkinizing something that you wanted to live outside, right, that was going to be outside in the elements, I would encourage you to get like a spray sealer that's made for the outdoors. Okay, so I'm just going to come on and just basically just apply a nice thin coat on the top. Now it's going to start off looking milky, but it's going to dry crystal clear. And the second reason I like to do this top coat, okay, first is to protect it, but the second reason is it makes my napkin even more transparent, even more transparent. And it really looks like all of this has been imprinted onto the wood. I'm going to do the front and the back first here. So don't ever bypass this step, whether you do it like this with a coat of Mod Podge, or if it's something going outside, you could spray seal it. Okay, I'm just going to kind of stand it up here now and put a nice little coat over the top. And that wood is going to just show through and look amazing. This is the hard part because I'm trying to get it all on here at one time. And it really won't take any time at all to dry. In fact, I think I'll just do this part. I'm not going to do the bottom. I will do the bottom, but I'm going to let this part dry first. Okay, so while I let this sit here for just a second to dry, that's all it needs. It just needs the one thin coat. It's going to be perfectly fine, and it's just going to be absolutely gorgeous. So I'm going to dry it a little bit so I can kind of lay it back down for you. And we did give you a little bit of twine in this kit because I thought it would be cute to create a little bow so it looks like there is a little bow wrapped around the jar on each side. I like to decorate both sides. Thank you for sprinkling, y'all. Thank you. We actually have that. We actually create them. We have them ourselves, and that they are put in the kits. So you can buy wood blocks from us that are blank, or you can buy the kit. Okay. And I'm just going to kind of turn this as it's drying. I will seal the bottom too. Yeah, I usually seal the whole entire thing. Let me get this front and back dry so I can sit it back down. Yeah, the kit is $9, and for $9 you get the wood block, the chunky wood block, 4x6. All of the napkin parts used here, the napkin and the twine. And then we'll send you a link to this video in case you need to go back for a refresher for this live. Okay, I think that's dry enough for me to lay it down. Do you see what I mean about how it just gets even more translucent? Isn't it gorgeous? And again, just in case you forgot what the napkin originally looked like, right? Isn't that cool? Now look at it on the wood. Look at the difference. Isn't that just the neatest thing? Love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay, let me make sure that's clean. I'm going to set that down. And I'm just going to create a little bow. Thank you for sprinkling. Thank y'all so much. Let me post again for you the wait list for the Napkin Club because I want you to come and join us. We're having such a good time. The fall napkins are just absolutely gorgeous. And that, for those of you that are signing up for the wait list now, our doors are going to open to new people. Now, when the spots are full, the spots are full. And at that point, we'll go back to operating on a wait list. But I want you to come and join us. So we will be contacting that wait list first. So make sure you get on the wait list. I'm just creating a little bow here. I guess I should be doing this on camera, huh? I just made a little bow, nothing special here. And I'm tying little knots in the tails of the bow. And I'm going to cut it right underneath that little knot. and kind of unravel that so it looks like a little tassel. So do you see, like, I can put a little bow right on, kind of like it looks like it's kind of been wrapped around that jar. And you could put it anywhere on your block. I just thought it was kind of fun to add a little bit of softness and dimension here by adding that bow. And if you get glue hairs on your project, I don't know how, I try to tell crafters this all the time. If you ever get glue hairs, like from hot glue on your project, if you just take your heat gun over them, they just disappear. They just disappear. So instead of trying to pick the glue hairs off all the time, it's so nice to just go in and take your heat gun and let them just disappear. So on this one, this side, I could put one down here if I want. I mean, you don't have to put a bow on it at all if you don't want to. I'm gonna make this one a little smaller. You've got plenty of twine in your kit, so if you're a big bow person, you can do big bows. I have fat fingers, so I always have to have extra twine to make my bows just because of my fingers. And then just trim the tails off. So like this one could come down here. I really kind of like having it up here though. I like kind of having it up here. I'm going to put this one up here. And now my block looks cute on both sides, right? It's going to look cute and adorable on both sides because, especially if you're putting it on a tiered tray, I want it to look pretty from any angle that somebody sees it, right? Like if your tiered tray's on your kitchen table or, on a bar area or something, somewhere, I just like it to look pretty on both sides, even if it's on a shelf or I don't know. It's just my thing. And there you go. There is the fern block. It's that easy. It's that easy, y'all. It's so easy and beautiful. And you can see that wood grain. Hopefully you can see that wood grain kind of coming through. Absolutely beautiful, coming through the black check. So again, if you want to see the difference, right? I love it. It's a really natural, beautiful look. So pretty. Okay. Yeah, the Napkin Club is $24. And once you join, it is a membership group. So you're in the group until you decide to cancel. Every month you get a napkin bundle. And typically the napkin bundles are, I'm going to say probably 15 to 18 napkins, somewhere in there, sometimes more. Really, that number fluctuates because it depends on the amount of luncheon size napkins and beverage size napkins. So sometimes that number fluctuates just depending on the size of the napkins that we put in the bundle. And then, like I said, they're hand curated, they're hand selected by me. And then we put you in our private group, our personal hangout. And that's where I show you different things that you can do with your napkins every single month. And it is really a lot of fun. Now, the reason we charge $24, okay, is because not only do you have access to, of course, the napkin bundle coming to you, and there's no extra shipping on that, but you have access to the group and the workshops and the videos and tutorials. You also get access to all of the workshops I've taught in the Napkin Club, all of the technique tutorials and videos, all of the different how-tos on putting a napkin onto different types of surfaces, whether it be metal or plastic or fabric or straw or canvas or whatever. There's so many different things. And so the value in being a member of the club is just having access to all of that information. And we have the best time. We have the best time in the group. Our group is made up of some really awesome creative women, and they're just incredible. I can show a certain technique and they just run with it. They're constantly posting pictures of their projects. it's just amazing. Let's see. Debbie's telling you to join the club. It does save you money, doesn't it, Debbie? Because the reason it saves you money, y'all, I'm going to put this down here just a little bit so y'all can gaze at it. The reason it saves you money is because when I've been creating with napkins for a very, very long time. And what happens is you're going to become addicted to them. Like, you're going to love them. You're never going to look at napkins the same way ever again. I promise you that. And so I found myself constantly buying packages of napkins. Well, sometimes I was getting a pack of 24, sometimes even a pack of 40, even though I just needed a couple to craft with. And so it really started causing a problem for me personally, because I just had all these extra napkins, just piling up. So that's really why the Napkin Club was born, because now I pick and choose, and I spend a lot of time doing that. To get just the right combination of napkins for us to create with, and create a unique variety bundle. So now you get the variety bundle and you don't have all that excess. Just like I mentioned, these napkins, even if you're getting one napkin, you're really getting 4 images. And that's a lot. That's a lot to craft with. The other benefit to being in the Napkin Club, y'all, is that I'm going to post that link again for the wait list. Is because, whoops, now it doesn't want to post. If you do fall in love with a napkin, let's say Stephanie, I saw Stephanie commenting here several times. She's in the Napkin Club. If Stephanie falls in love with a certain napkin like this one, and she's like, oh my gosh, I want to make this block. I want to make this canvas or whatever it is for all my coworkers, or I want to make it for all my neighbors or something like that. She can actually go into our group with any of the extra napkins that we have. We let our Napkin Club members purchase those in pairs. So you can buy a pair of napkins, and that would give you then 8 more images. And that's especially important for me to mention this time of the year, because a lot of us are making gifts, right? A lot of us, I love to gift handmade, and I'm really pushing and promoting gifting handmade this year, because I just feel like it's so much more meaningful and it's so much more special. And let's face it, it can save your budget as well. I just feel like, and I'm speaking for myself and like my family, so many people in my family, I struggle purchasing for them, because like if they need something or want something, they've already got it. Like, they get it for themselves. And so I want to bring things back to giving things with more meaning, things that are more special. And so I'm really promoting a lot of handcrafted gifts this year. So you're going to see me giving lots of options, and we're going to brainstorm different ways for different things that we can make from the napkins in the bundle every month, where you can make something for yourself, but also something as a gift too. Okay, something for them and something for you. And so we're just having a great time in there. So I would love for you to come over and join us. Get on that wait list. Like I said, we're opening our doors on August 22nd. And then if we fill up to our capacity, we won't be opening again for probably until the first of the year. Okay, so get on that wait list. We want you to come and do some great fall and holiday decorating with us. It's going to be so much fun. Okay. All right. Anything else? I can answer any questions, anything that you have, any little questions about what I did today. I think you could see how beautiful and how easy this project is. Let me hold it up here. Let me switch my view. Here we go. There it is. Isn't it beautiful? So pretty and fast. That was not a hard craft to create at all. And I just think it's lovely. So pretty. And it's got that, just that really pretty natural, neutral feel that a lot of people love in their decorating right now. Okay. Yeah.